Hello. You find yourself yet again in the deep, dark recesses of space. Alone. You find 3 men. One in the control room. Welcome to the home button. Hey, you know, I'm trying to make it Twilight Zone-y and spacey, because today we're playing Destiny 2, which is a game that takes place in space, around space, all up in space.
Space.
Today we're playing the new downloadable content called Warminds. It came out last week. We've been playing it, so we're going to play it more today. Pete's sleeves are gone.
Yeah, I don't have any upper arms anymore. It's a medical condition I'm struggling with, so if you guys wouldn't mind donating to my GoFundMe, I'd really appreciate it.
Yes. I am Joey Palumbo. This is Colby Cogswell. This is Pete Perry. And in the booth, who's going to be coming in soon, is Emilio Fornatora. Today we're going to be taking you on a guided journey across Mars, fighting the frozen hive. And what else?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's one of the main
Sadly,
problems
Cabal.
with this downloadable content is that it's cool, it's fun to play, and it's just kind of more of the same, but we're going to get into it, because I love playing this game no matter what, because it's just fun to shoot things in it. It's like got some of the best gunplay in the biz, and I don't know. It does feel kind of lackluster in some of the endgame content, but I'm not as deep into it as you guys are.
Yeah. It suffers from some of the same problems that, just Destiny 2 has underlying.
It's definitely a lot better than the last downloadable content was, though, as far as like missions and just like stuff that you can do after you finish the missions. But we'll get into that once we're, in the game. Touchdown, baby. Let's get going. Let's turn down the speaker. Wait, Meals, before you leave the room, let's turn down the speakers in here a little bit because they're super loud.
Yeah.
Is the game loud right now?
No, the game's pretty quiet
But
still.
the transition shook
The
room.
transitions literally are exploding our eardrums.
Bone shattering, I might say.
It's fine.
If you're tuning in on Twitch, welcome. You're probably one of the rare few. If you're watching on Channel 15, welcome. You are one of 40,000 cable subscribers across Vermont.
But you might not be watching.
Well, you might not be watching, but I hope you are, because we're just a fun gang to be with. Let's get in there, Colby. Bring us in. Get us into character selection, and get us into our big bad guy. So the 3 of us on this side play a lot of Destiny. Pete doesn't play too much.
Yeah, I
That's
played
okay.
a lot of the older one for a while and then kind of fell off and haven't really gotten back on since.
So you'll be fine. It's it's just a Bungie first-person shooter, so pretty much anybody can play it because it's just like really well made. Hey, was that an to you putting your microphone on, or to really well
Me
made?
putting my microphone on, it's a real struggle at the moment.
Just do what I did and bend the clip a little bit, and then clip it down onto your shirt. But then don't tell anybody you bent it. No, the other way. Even though this is on TV.
I'm going to tell you most of those clips were bent.
Yeah.
It was very annoying.
Because then I
to
just
try
put
and
it
set 'em
straight
up.
down on my shirt, and that works best for me.
Okay, that should be good.
Just throw you onto Mars.
Yeah.
Put me in. This is my account. So I guess it's worth it to say that we've, been playing for about a week and a half now, if it's Thursday. So a week and a few days. The maximum light level or power level that they've raised it from was 330 up to 380, with the ability to go from up to 385 with mods in your gear and stuff. I don't want to be like super businessy about it, but like that's what it is. It's like really slow. It's a very slow grind.
You're like going point by point, kind of.
And like I've seen people make the point that like this game is very generous with gear. Like they're in MMOs, and in my experience in WoW, you don't level up nearly as quickly as you do in this game.
Right.
Like it takes a long time for you to get to the level where you're going to be raiding and
That's
doing
true.
similar stuff like that. But yeah, I wanted to show off the new planet. I can actually take control here. So this is.
I was looking for some enemies, but there don't seem to be any.
So this is the new planet that they've added. This is Mars. They added this. A lot of people who have played a lot of people who played the first game. There might be some stutter. I apologize for that. But yeah, a lot of people who played the first game might say they remember Mars from the first game. This is a completely different area in the game. I think that I'm actually not sure geographically where the difference was in the first game, but yeah, this is like in like an ice cap. It's not polar. It's just like an icy area. So you're fighting.
Not polar.
You're fighting. I just know that distinction needs to, I guess, has been made.
Yeah.
But yeah, the actual enemies you're fighting here are Hive mainly. There are some Cabal, and the Hive are icy Hive, so they shatter when you shoot them, which is pretty
And
satisfying.
it sounds really good.
They added a sniper variant, and they added
Big shieldy guys.
knights that have shields.
Yep, which just run at you. So it's just, all the same enemies, but they did little tweaks on their stuff. Thank you. So like, it varies up the gameplay a little bit, but it's not like a new enemy or anything like that.
Yeah, the planet's has much more to do in it than in Mercury did in Curse of Osiris.
For instance,
sure.
what's that thing you just ran past?
Okay, yeah, I'll activate this.
Because we're just right next to
So
it.
this is one of the new activities you can do. It's called Escalation Protocol. If you pay attention to Destiny, you've most certainly heard of this. But it's like a pseudo horde mode. It goes to a fixed level of 7 rounds and gets harder and harder with each round, as you might be accustomed to. And I don't know, it's fun. It's just it's definitely not designed for 3 people early on.
Yeah.
It is impossible to. I shouldn't say this because I feel like the community will make me eat my words, but this would be impossible to do with 3 people at like under leveled light,
And
maybe even max light.
It feels weird that it's in like the public area to me, because when I was playing this, when you start the campaign, people will be doing this like as you're running around in it, and so I was just like, oh cool, like a public event, and I started to like fight in it, and it's like extremely difficult even on the first wave. Like the first wave is like all the enemies
Yeah.
are like power level like 370. Or something like that. So it's like very tough immediately, and so new players can be like running around, and somebody will start this, and they may want to get involved, and then they'll just get totally like destroyed.
Yeah.
But it's a cool event if you have like a group of people that are just kind of like, oh, we're in between events, what can we do? Let's go start up this wave-based thing and just like kill some time shooting stuff.
Yeah, and that's cool, and it also can be used to like farm stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got to get these kills or something. Like,
Right.
it's always available. You're not capped at how frequently you can do it.
Yeah.
And
So it was designed for 3 people at max level and 2 random people helping you out as they pass
Yeah.
by. Because the final wave, I believe, is level 410 or something,
wow.
400. So it's above.
That's way above the actual.
yeah, it's
like,
above
level.
the actual level cap.
So like the last like wave of this is only like the best of the best people will
Yeah.
finish it, because it's just that hard.
yeah. So for example, the
Or I guess the
clan,
most
the clan
dedicated
Colby
ones.
and I and Joey are,
Yeah,
are
just
in it.
Joey's now a part of. Yeah.
Have run it. I've run it once to the end, and
Same.
it's feels pretty trivial with 9 people, because we're like manipulating the server to get like 3 groups in. But it's frustrating to me that they wouldn't allow people to just queue up for it. Like if I wanted to play this, it would make more sense if I could just queue up into an area that has people doing it, and then be able to
Right.
play it with a large group. Hold on, it's getting wild in here.
Another issue with it is that you only get rewards after completing wave 3 and wave 7. So, like, if you are passing by and you want to help out, but you aren't high, like, even if at the beginning you know you're not high enough level to reach like the high waves, there is no reward for completing individual.
There aren't
waves.
even any like small, because I haven't done this
No.
yet, because I've just been running past it and I haven't been strong enough for it. So there's not even like any chests for after you complete like one
No.
wave with
Yeah.
like minimal
Dead.
rewards.
Nope.
You don't even get like
Nothing.
tokens or anything.
Nope.
That's weird.
The only thing, and we didn't know this last week, but completing waves does count towards the Flashpoint milestone.
Gotcha.
But
So
obviously
it's,
that's
each wave is a
only-
public event technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously that only is active if this
If
is
it's
the
on
featured
Mars,
planet.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got crushed.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. And it's like because you're in a public space, like your respawn's only 3 seconds.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. So,
No.
but the waves are timed, right? So if you don't finish it in a certain amount of time, it reactivates the waves.
Yeah, so we just finished it, and
Gotcha.
I'll activate this second one here, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, and then after we can move on
Fail.
to something else.
So
and show some
I
other
just
things.
wanted to show this and whatever, but I'll jump into my third character and just show off one of the missions. But yeah, there's a couple other things I did want to show off, which had to do with gear, but I can get into that towards the end when we're like winding down on it. But yeah, no. I mean, it's Destiny still. They added 2 strikes to PC and Xbox and 3 strikes to
PS4.
PS4, so they have 1 more. Both of the strikes that PC and Xbox got are story strikes, so that means that they are straight up just story missions. This is something they did in the last expansion too, and I think it's kind of a negative.
I think so too. I just think that like in the era of every single game coming out on every console and like the mindset of like getting gamers together and that kind of thing, it's just like it's literally just a dose of money and they have an exclusive thing for PlayStation.
Well, the exclusivity is certainly a negative, but the portion of it that bugs me with I
is
don't
that it's unique.
Well,
Like,
yeah, it's that the way it used to work is you'd get 2 new strikes or a new strike for the DLC that you buy, and it would be completely separate from everything else, and it would be a completely new boss, something that you hadn't seen before.
Right.
And it would be on the map, so you could select it whenever you want, just like a WoW dungeon. You could walk into it and
Right.
start it.
And it's like its own thing.
It's its own thing, yeah, and that was awesome. And like sometimes they recycled stuff or retooled stuff. In Destiny 1, there was Sepix Perfected, but that it was its own play on a strike that already existed. Yeah. And that was cool.
Yeah, the criticism they got was that strikes in Destiny 2 didn't have any relation to the story or
Right,
anything.
yeah.
And the way they did that is that they decided to literally just take story missions and turn them into strikes. Whereas in Destiny 1, you had the story, and then strikes would be something that expanded on the story.
That's usually the way that
Yeah.
every other like World of Warcraft dungeon is, where like your quest line that you do in the story mission is some big leading up thing, and then once you
Yeah.
finish that zone,
It-
you have this
the
dungeon that
dungeon.
is the capsule on top of the story that you just
Absolutely, it would be like.
did, which is awesome.
I remember in Legion, I was doing like the Naga zone there, and like you literally walk like the quest line brings you to a fight right before like the entrance to that dungeon,
And then you get a quest to go complete
and,
the
yeah,
dungeon.
and then you get
Yeah.
that was
That's just natural. That just feels like it's the way that it should be. Also, our buddy Sandman's in chat.
yeah. What's he saying?
He says, "Oh shit, chat interaction. I feel so special."
Nice.
You are special, Anders.
I said we forgot last time. Yes, we
are.
totally did.
We did. We didn't have the iPad, did we?
No, we did not.
couldn't-
We had it
I
on a
couldn't-
phone, and we were trying to do chat.
Couldn't find the iPad last time.
yeah.
It's also been 3 weeks since our last show.
That is true. For those that are watching us on Channel 15, we do live shows, and we do them on twitch.tv
Slash
home button.
Yeah, home button TV.
Home Button TV. So then you can also follow us on Twitter at Home Button TV to find out, when we're going to be doing live shows and that kind of thing. It's super fun, and you can talk to us live. You can tell us what to do, or you can ask us stuff.
You can tell Meals to buy a bunch of loot boxes and he'll do it.
Or
Live.
if we get more viewers, we can do Twitch modes like in Vermintide, because that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Even
They've
though we
tweaked that
even though we had
since,
like
too.
4 viewers, it was still so much fun.
But yeah, no. I'll say that, actually. You know what? Let me. Are we gonna even finish this round?
No, you're not.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you guys
okay.
got 15 seconds.
So let me get out of here.
Get out of there. I like your ghost.
Thank you.
That's the
Sagira
Yeah,
shell. That was
I
from
like
the last
that
DLC. You
spiky
know what?
ship.
You know what I can actually do. This isn't going to affect anything, I don't think. But I just wanted to make sure that it's not. Let me just set this to
Portals?
exclusive full screen. Hey guys,
Settings.
quality setting content. Uh oh, did I just break
Yeah,
it?
it's not gonna work. It'll reset. Oh.
I hit B as soon as that came up, which yeah.
All right.
All right, guys, settings, full screen, apply changes. Yeah.
Welcome to PC gaming for those. There we go.
There we go.
All right.
So yeah, no, the yeah, I'll come back for gear. This is this.
Just so
Go
like
for it.
yeah, to expand on Pete. Expand on that. Like I was saying before, it's this DLC suffers from some of the same flawed design philosophies that the base game does, where they're taking player feedback, but they're not really interpreting it correctly.
Sorry, Neil's breaking the screen. Oh well, it's not on our. It's not on the TV
it's not
anymore.
there at all.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
We screwed it up. We are live.
Screwed it up.
Bear with us for a moment while we all berate Emilio. You idiot! No, just kidding. It'll be okay. We'll fix it.
Yeah, I think I just have to put it back to.
In the meantime, we're switching characters so we can do some other stuff. So we can do some campaign thingies.
I don't know.
It was
I honestly
on
don't know.
windowed full screen.
But yeah, sorry, to finish what I was saying, it suffers from some of the same issues, but overall the quality of this DLC is a lot better.
We're back.
There we go.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
what
like,
I noticed
yeah,
with like
it's
between
annoying
the two.
that we don't get strikes that are new content
Yeah.
separate from the story, but the strikes that they did add are very fun to play.
Yeah, and like I will admit, despite some of the weird moments that like literally made me like either laugh or just like cringe at the bad writing, the story was pretty cool. I also am not like a huge like Destiny lore buff, and I heard that they did some bad kind of lore throwaway stuff in the
I'll tell you,
storyline.
They
the-
did some retconning that
Well, that and they just like brought out characters that were like, these are fabled gods of destruction and mayhem, and then
Yeah.
you just like you're running around and it's like there's one, and you're like woo, let's keep going. Like that's like what it felt like when there's like these like famous figures that come up.
Well, and that and hold on.
Which is weird. It's an ongoing thing where I feel like they are kind of just like
Things
it
don't have
feels
weight
like you're
behind
doing
it.
everything just by yourself and
It's
you're just a dude.
The most frustrating thing they did. And I don't want this to be like a shit fest because like I do.
No, because
I
I'm
am
having fun with this. Like,
I'm enjoying it. It's just, and I'm going to talk over this, but the
there's subtitles.
The frustrating part, they're probably not
Yeah,
readable.
you can get half
The problem was that in the story, they did this thing where there's a super important thing going on, and then a character addresses it, but then doesn't address the other thing that's happening.
Right.
And like it's like they cut like a chunk out of the story, and it's just not there, and then you're just like, it's like, oh, you're fighting this thing now. Like there was no lead up to it other than just like acknowledging that it existed.
yeah.
And that's like the last boss. And
Right.
it's not super, what?
We keep making jokes about how it's not polar ice caps, but the planet definitely just rotated to like it's
They said
like
that it
North
wasn't at
Pole.
the poles.
It just rotated to like the North Pole and then like zoomed. It's like the only two
There's-
spots with ice. I'm sorry. I just
Yeah,
like keep,
Well, they said-
I keep
I mean,
laughing at it.
they-
I know. It's fine. It's pointless.
I think
Anyway.
it was the community pointed out that like something to do with the skybox or something meant that it scientifically couldn't be the poles, but I think that
I
just
thought
think
it was
it's
just
funny.
the lore
Yeah.
stated that it wasn't
I
the
don't know.
poles.
I just think it's funny.
I'm just saying that's I think as far as I know.
Because I
that's
thought
where it
the
came
ice
from.
was secondary to this. I thought it was like there wasn't. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's watch this because it's cool.
Yeah, it's weird.
Guardians are supposed to investigate their past. That's the rule. But I'm not good with rules. Not when there's this.
Neither am I.
I relate to this character.
And her eyes.
Yeah, they don't explain that, by the way.
They don't need to.
Sought to create peace for all humanity, which is ironic because they also built Rasputin, the single most powerful weapon in the solar system.
Who also has the coolest voice.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's all he's got going for him.
Yeah, but it was legit so cool.
That was me. I did that.
No, did you?
I did that too. Are you pushing forward right now, dude?
There I am.
So these are the ice hive. They're just like hive, but they're covered in ice. Yeah, let's. Let's watch Meals try and replicate all of the karate moves here.
Do a kickflip.
I'm gonna do TV gaming.
Oh, dude, nice!
And it's like a generic, like
you using
it's
tilt
like
controls?
You know,
It's
what
a
it is?
Mad Catz controller.
They always have like a performance test playing on the screen.
It's like the
It's
camera
always just that
panning
note, like,
through. Like,
Regardless of like what game it is, just someone like grunting.
or they're using a PlayStation controller to play Halo.
Wasn't that like almost confirmed to us that like that scene isn't even canon?
Yeah.
Like,
Because like canon, she doesn't see the thing that comes out of the ice at the end until
the end.
we are playing through the campaign. She sees it with us.
Yeah, that's
So,
weird. That's real weird. I didn't notice that.
yeah.
Interesting. So,
I mean,
Anyway.
it's not much of a spoiler, but it's just there's a big bad that you have to fight.
insert clip here of my closing of the last episode. Where have all the writers gone in video games? Bring them back.
Where are they? Where are they? They're at whoever.
Give me
makes
Drew back.
Pillars of Eternity.
At Obsidian. Holler.
Still very good writing. Yeah.
Yep. Man.
I don't. Like I said, I don't want to shit on it. It's just like there's so many cool things they've added. Like,
Yeah, like look at that helmet.
that's been in
yeah,
the
it's-
game.
Oh.
Go to that cool helmet you guys had earlier.
That's been since Destiny 1.
I said, go to that cool helmet you guys had earlier.
Oh,
That Minions one.
Yeah, it's on the other character.
My minion helmet. I'll show that off when I go back to my warlock. I wanted to play this story.
Pete, I gotta show you Rasputin's voice. It is so cool. Just like
I guess I should have done this mission first and then got my other character. It's fine.
Oh, I hate that you have that shell.
Why?
Because I can't get it.
is it like
gone.
you
It's-
actually can't get it now?
Yeah.
It's a microtransaction.
Oof.
It's
I
gone.
wanted it.
So cool.
I got
Also, I forgot what my hunter looked like.
Yeah.
She looks like that.
That's how cutscenes in this game work. Oh, right, there was a character creator.
I
Right.
really hate that.
Your character doesn't talk.
Yup. When in the
Yeah.
first game they did the whole time.
It was sparse in the.
yeah, but
Yeah.
the sparse is
was-
a lot different than not at all.
Yeah, no.
Like,
It was sparse, and like towards the end of the campaign, like you started having like a relationship with Ghost, and like you
And
were
it
making
just-
jokes, and like
I feel like
They
it's
just-
literally
it's
just
gone.
never mind.
Little lame.
I don't need to start,
Yeah.
getting into the business of making video games. It's just lame. I just want it to be more like a role-playing game. Why make a character if it's just going to be under a helmet
Yeah.
and like not talk at
Well,
all?
okay. To be fair, World of Warcraft is like that all the time.
Yeah, but I can hide my helmet
You can hide your helmet in
outside
this game.
of combat areas, or in combat areas. You can hide your helmet. Sorry. Like,
Yeah, but it's a third-person model. Like the only time you see your character in third person primarily is in.
yeah, but it's about other people seeing you too. I want other people to see how cool my exo looks, and they can't, because I'm
I
always
don't want to
fighting.
use this gun.
Anyway.
Just realistic, Joey.
Yeah. Listen, what's realistic about this game? It's just like
the
Call
fact
of
that
Duty.
you have to wear a
This is
helmet
just
all
like
the
Call of
time.
Duty Black Ops 4.
Authentic military feel.
that authentic military feel with grapple hooks and gravity slams.
Yeah, as soon as they said that, I laughed. So,
I want that
so the
game
Call
so
of Duty
bad.
Black Ops 4 event was today. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. There's some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, it looks like the first Call of Duty I'm genuinely looking forward to in a while. Because World War II looked fun. This one looks like super fun.
World War II was fun.
World War
We
II is
just-
fun, yeah.
We just have it on PC, and there are no longer
yeah.
players
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
platform.
On console, it's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, screw you, Pete.
Pete, how much Destiny 1 did you play? Did you do any of the raids?
I pretty much got up to the point where they released DLC and didn't buy any of it.
Okay.
Gotcha. But you finished the main campaign,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That's what I did too. I think I got up to the point where you start to go to the Black Garden, and then I was like,
What was the boss in the Black Garden? I just remember shooting.
Wasn't
at,
it just a big Vex?
No,
No, it was like
it was that dark blob, the heart of the Black Guardian, that put itself into Vex constructs to fight
Right.
you.
It's like the Harvester or whatever in Mass Effect 2.
Man, how
Kinda, yeah.
Assuming control.
you're just gonna keep talking about Mass Effect until I die.
Hey, it's one of my favorite games.
But that actually does
Can't
bring me
help it.
to a point. I think one of the big issues, not just with this DLC, but like everything Destiny 2 is doing narrative-wise, is it still feels like it's just a setup for a better story. Like they never get to like an actual important part of the Destiny narrative.
The part that frustrates
Yeah.
me, okay, so again, I'm sorry, I love this game. I have to preface that. I just get down on it sometimes. Is that these stories about these enemies and stuff like that are so limited by the fact that they're going to only exist in a very small DLC.
Yeah.
So the story of the major antagonist in this DLC feels kind of devalued by the fact that you beat it in a story mission.
Yeah. It's not
that
like
doesn't mean that's the end of that
Right.
that character, but like
it's weird that like from my perspective, like as like a long time like MMO player, where like when they were making Bungie, they were trying to like when Bungie was making Destiny 1, they were trying to like capture that like shared world aspect and that like massively multiplayer, like let's go through this story and then have this big bad boss and like this cool world to fight in and like a theme park of stuff to gather and everything like that. It's very MMO-like, and then they were like, let's just forget the common way to do like a storyline in an MMO, especially where you've got your quest line and then you've got your dungeons that build up on top of that quest line, but also give you more stuff for your character to do and to get, and like different experiences than you would normally get in the quest line. And then it doesn't end there, where the big bad villain is the penalty or the ultimate boss, and you have this raid that you have to go do, or like a much more difficult dungeon, and that's the resolution of the story, and it always felt right that way.
right.
And
And well, so just to use an in Destiny example, in House of Wolves, which was the second DLC for Destiny 1, the entire story was about you finding and capturing Skolas, and then the ultimate end game activity in that Prison of Elders was you working towards a fight with Skolas, and that
Right.
was a really difficult fight. It was super fun, and even regardless of like the story aspect of it, it just felt relevant. Like it was just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm doing this thing, and I could pretty much not be paying attention, but I at least recognize that this is a character that I fought before, and that they are super powerful. It's just I caught them
Yeah.
in the story, and we captured them. Now I have to fight them.
right.
So it's like it was that. It just felt so much better that way. In contrast to this, where it's you fight this super powerful thing at the end of this,
Lore-wise.
lore-wise.
Yeah. Not actually.
And the fight did feel really cool,
Yeah.
but ultimately it's just a bullet sponge.
And then,
like-
and then the raid boss that comes with this isn't relevant to that at all. It's just like a dude, like not spoiler alert. It's straight up just like a big cabal. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not.
and it's just more Cabal too. It's just
Yeah.
like, come on, like it's just it like it doesn't add up. It's weird, like because like when I finished the story for Destiny 2, like the game itself, I was like, that feels like complete because it like finishes off this plot that you've been following, and then it also echoes out literally and sets up more stuff.
Yes.
But then in the DLC, the stuff that the original campaign set up, the DLC is just like, now, forget that until Destiny 3. We're going to go in a completely different direction that ultimately is going to have no bearing on probably what's going to happen in Destiny 3, which is like, like the endings of the story stuff in the DLC, I didn't know I finished the story.
Yeah.
Like I finished Curse of Osiris and was like, what's next? And then I like hit like accept, and it was like the story missions were done and that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, that didn't feel like an ending. And this one, it happened again, where like you finish the boss and you do your whole fight thing and you're like, all right, cool, like what's next? I'm sure I didn't actually just kill that thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you did. And it's like, congratulations, you just brought down like a living god. And you're like,
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it though. So like
it's a hive enemy, and
Yeah.
And
it's not a
don't-
spoiler
and
'cause they
based
talk
off of-
about it, like, in
based
the
based off of the way
marketing.
the way the hive work, but I don't know how this specific one works, but like there could be more to it, but like it's not in this DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like, I love playing this game and I love all of like the mechanic stuff that they've added to it and just like the things to do. But it feels like it took a total like shift from the first game where like there's this story that's like permeating out, and you can get more information on it by like reading these like lore cards and all that kind of stuff. And it like the lore stuff they did in the first game felt like they were building up a universe that they were gonna like constantly make reference to and constantly like bring up characters and bring up events and like things that happen in ways that actually like feel important. And like everything that I do in Destiny 2, I'm just like that took 5 minutes, and it like I died once. I did like, and it's just like, but then I just respawned, and then I just killed it. So it's weird. There's no stakes to me. Like it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, and the campaign, like, I mean, in WoW, I'm never worried I'm gonna die during questing, and if I do, I just know it's because I was playing bad, or not paying attention.
Yeah.
But like, in this, I don't care about the challenge until I get to the end game. But the problem is it's a very slow crawl to the end game right now.
Yeah.
And the raid is difficult for a lot of people because they're just getting gear checked, which isn't really a fun mechanic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that can be frustrating.
Yeah. Sandman is saying, I said, let us know what other games we should play. Just to our one other viewer, who is a friend of ours, and he says, do Frostpunk or Kenichi, I think he means Kenshi, or Pillars 2. We're definitely not going to do Pillars 2. Anders. Definitely not going to do Pillars 2 on the home button. It's a very...
Well, we'll do it.
No. It's a very me experience.
Well, I'm saying, like, I could do it on, like, a side quest or something, which is something I still want to be...
Yeah. Me and Colby have been talking.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you about this because we were waiting for you to wake up and we forgot. We want to do Wasteland 2.
Okay.
And we want to build all the squad members out of cast members.
Okay.
But we're not gonna. The rule that I want to set is that whoever everybody makes their own character, and don't even think about what the other people are doing, because I just want what you want to do in a character, and then see what. So like, I don't care if all of us have sniper rifles. I think that would be so goddamn funny, and like try and do like an Iron Man playthrough where like if somebody dies, we're just like fucked.
That's it.
Yeah.
And just like have
fail,
to
we
do
fail, and
it.
we'll move
So I
on to
think
the
that
next
would be a
game.
fun little like weekend, like 30-minute, 45-minute like stream video thing where like we just play like
I'd be
Wasteland
okay
2
with
for
that.
that shit.
It's a great idea.
But,
Oh, Anders also says you have no game sense. He runs over teammates who are dead. Oh, you know, Anders is ripping you apart by himself.
Joe said he had no game sense in one of the raids and he won't let it go. He won't let it go.
it's the one game...
This is the drama I crave for.
It's the one game I get to be good at. When I play Dota with Anders, I literally have no game sense.
I love it.
Yeah, but
I also excuse poor gameplay. I have not played this game with a controller.
And it's hard. Yeah, you're playing with a controller too. We're just kind of like shooting the shit and talking about it, and see like what are you even doing right now?
Okay,
Is this
so
a story mission?
I want to talk about what this expansion's done right because
definitely, because we have been just complaining.
We've been complaining a lot. I think that Exotic Masterworks, which I'll explain in a second, are one of the best things they've added to this.
It makes it so much more fun to play this game.
So they added a thing to this game called Masterworks a while back, which...
Do you have any in your inventory?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this character
no.
does. I'll go back. When I go back to my other character, I'll show it off. They're higher tier versions of guns, of like any gun you can get. So any legendary you have can be masterworked. And what it does is it rolls a slightly higher level of stats on a random stat. And like you can re-roll it to get the stat you want. So like, for example, if I get this gun masterworked, I could get slightly higher range, stability, handling, whatever.
right.
Who's that again? What's the
It's oh no, I can't. It's the guy from Monty Python. I can't remember
John
his name.
Cleese.
No.
Why did I say John Cleese?
Here's your money about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the other guy though.
Terry Gilliam.
No.
No, isn't it John Cleese?
No,
No.
it's not John Cleese.
I don't know.
John-
Somebody from
It's
Monty
also-
Python is the concierge
also-
AI, which is very weird that they would hire somebody.
Is it? I don't know if it was a Monty Python person.
I don't know. I
Anyways,
saw it on Reddit. It's probably not true.
it's a famous VA. I just can't remember his name. But so they added the regular Masterworks a while ago, and they stat track too, so they kill track and all that.
Right.
But they also they added exotic masterworks, which are these like long quest line masterworks you can get for exotic guns. So, for example, I have a gun called the Darcy, which I'll show off in a bit. It's from Vanilla D2, but it's a sniper rifle that in a recent patch, sniper rifles got buffed a decent amount, so the gun's actually very good now. It used to be kind of trash. But you get a random drop, and it tells you kind of where to get the drop from. So that one was like from defeating powerful enemies, I believe. So I killed like a yellow bar enemy, and this Masterwork core dropped, or wait, what is it? Catalyst dropped for me, which started the quest line for me to get this Masterwork gun.
Gotcha.
And it was like, just get headshots with this gun. So I got...
Just get headshots.
So I got like, I think it was like 200 headshots on enemies, but you could also do it in PvP. I think it's like 10 or 15 headshots in PvP, but I was like, fuck that.
It's Stephen Fry.
Stephen
is the
Fry.
voice actor.
Okay.
That's why.
That one.
Is he in Monty Python?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, I just messed the two of them up.
You just
Yeah.
don't like English.
Aren't all British comedians in Monty Python?
Yeah, that's
Isn't
what
that
Monty
the way it
Python
works?
is.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
I thought it was cool they got him though.
Yeah, that is really cool.
But yeah, so what that Masterwork exotic weapon ends up doing is it gives that gun more stability, which it's already one of the fastest firing, most stable snipers in the game. So it just becomes even better. And they have things to modify all of, or not all of, but a good amount of the exotics like that. But some of the ways you get those catalysts are like still unknown at this point.
And killing enemies with a Masterwork weapon also makes them drop orbs of light, which power up your super ability too. So it adds like a little bit more like ways to just like get your strong abilities boosted.
Yeah, so and that's kind of become core to the gameplay loop in this
Yeah,
now.
it's
So
a lot
like,
cooler
It's
now.
like people not required. It's almost required to be like when you're running strikes with people or like harder activities to be running Masterwork weapons because
Yeah.
you're helping yourself and everybody else.
And that's the guys that just beat the new raid that came out. Somebody just beat the raid boss in that in one damage phase.
Yeah.
Because they just killed a bunch of enemies in one spot with their Masterwork weapons, built up a big pile of the orbs. So then every time somebody used a super, they just immediately got their super back. And then they had other guys continuously killing things, generating orbs. So it added like this new meta that was really cool, or that I think is really cool.
So
This is really
Yeah, I
cool.
had this before, but this is the Valkyrie.
It's a new relic weapon they added
Yeah.
for this DLC.
Dope fucking explosive
Yeah, that's sick.
spear.
It's one of those
Explosive.
spears from Mad Max.
Yeah. I want to watch Mad Max.
One of the big exploding ones. Speaking of Mad Max, I want to play Rage 2.
Get out of here. I'm not discussing that game
I
right
want to
now.
play it so bad.
Hold on. So the other thing I wanted to say that, because I won't be able to show it off really, that I've really been enjoying about this expansion is they brought back secrets.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's. I only have one so far. And they're
The,
not easy to find.
One of the things that if,
two,
if
actually.
you weren't a person who played Destiny 1, you would have missed out on was the sheer amount of secrets they put in that game, and like things like the Black Spindle or what was the crazy difficult
Outbreak Prime.
Outbreak Prime, which is like
What is
an ex-
Outbreak Prime?
I'll explain to you in a
Okay.
bit.
I never even got it.
I did.
It was too complicated.
It was so you had to like do a binary puzzle to get Outbreak Prime,
In
and
the
you had to do
game?
it with 6
In
people.
the raid?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in a raid.
That's cool.
S-
That's some old jumping through the rings in Halo 3 stuff.
Like actually,
Like, I
like you
love
jump through
that.
them in a certain
To get
order.
the- to get the special
I would have been
skull.
your daddy's
Yeah.
skull, right?
yeah.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah,
I
they had a
loved
bunch of
that.
new secret. I think how I want to phrase this is, despite all our criticism, the reason there's criticism is, I think, as far as anyone knows, that like Vicarious Visions was like the primary developer on this DLC, not Bungie. They like ran everything by Bungie and collaborated with them, but mostly it's Vicarious Visions. And it seems like they did the best
It's so
possible job they could do
Good. Yeah.
given the scope that like they were allowed to have and given like the time and everything. And it's really high quality everything. It's just it exists within a very flawed game.
Right. Definitely. It's so weird because they did such a good job.
Yeah.
Because it's so mechanically satisfying, and I feel like it's like the step in the direction that like people wanted Destiny 2 to be like when it first came out. Right here, this made me want to explode.
Oh no, this isn't that.
This made me want to explode.
Oh.
You just like it's just here's the guy that you were like trying to sneak past this whole time. You fight through this big old group of enemies, and then he's just like, I was inside the whole time.
So this
was
is actually
inside.
this is where the
I was inside.
this is where the game gets weird, or this expansion gets weird with the story, because I'm pretty sure it's just like you stop doing this thing, and then it's just like the next mission is just go to Earth and do this thing. Plus,
So on my second playthrough of this campaign, because I was playing with our friend Nate, the narrative thread that is missing here is told if you go to her as
Yeah.
a vendor,
yeah,
she says it in a very easily skippable line of dialogue,
Gotcha.
which kind of sucks because when I talk to the vendors in the game, I don't really pay attention to what they're saying.
Yeah. Give me my loot.
And I know that most people like on the subreddit didn't even notice it was there.
I don't read.
I didn't
I don't
notice,
read
yeah.
quest text in WoW.
Oh no, but some of them are so good. Some of them are so well written.
Yeah, but I gotta get through 120 levels.
That's so true. Questing is my favorite part of WoW too, so I love it. I like leveling the
Dungeons and
characters.
Raids are mine.
Fair enough. I just like leveling characters.
PvP's boring.
You're wrong. Flat out. Gotta do max level PvP.
Yeah.
Or arenas. Arenas are where it's at. Anyway.
So they also one thing I think is really great that they did with this is they brought in a Crucible ranking system. So they're so this is like that's the big bad that they're referring to, but then it's like nobody talks about it until you fight it.
Yeah.
It's like, but except for the fact that what Colby just said, you can talk to Anna and she'll talk about it. But so yeah, the next mission sends you to Earth, and that was a big complaint people had because it's just like walking around a recycled area and it's super lame.
Yeah, the entire mission
Talk
feels
about
like it
progression.
didn't need to be there.
Talk about progression.
We talked about progression.
The progression doesn't feel great.
Yeah, it's just super slow and not.
It's super slow.
It doesn't
I think
feel like
somebody
you're
on-
advancing.
Somebody on Reddit had a good comment of they're using free-to-play
Yeah.
game like tactics.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Which it's like in a full-priced game.
It just feels kind of shady. It's just weird.
So progression being slow is something that everyone wanted and like the game kind of needed. The issue is that they slowed down progression and they limited what you can do in a week.
Right. So like slow progression is fine, but like if I'm playing WoW, and I hate to keep comparing it to like an MMO, but like if I'm playing WoW and I like finish my dungeons or stuff, there's like so much more for me to do to like progress my character to a level that I like need them to get to, like other than like the dungeons and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I have
it's
a
just
good
like-
example too. It's the
What is that? What are you doing?
That was one of those
secrets. Things that you shoot is in
But-
there. I forgot that I have them all. I wanted to know if you have them all on all characters.
Gotcha.
My example for this progression being slow is there's a strike playlist or just dungeon playlist called Heroic Strikes, and they're set to 350 light. When you're coming into this, you're most definitely under that. I'm starting this at 330 on this character,
Yeah,
whereas
it's like 339 or something. I think.
Whereas a lot of people will have probably started this at 335 and gotten through. But the reasonable thing to think would be, if I jump into Heroic Strikes, them being 350, if I can complete them, I'm going to get gear that's 350 power because that's the level of the activity. That's not how it works.
No.
You get stuff that is 5 levels below your current level without mods.
I also actually
So-
haven't done any of the strikes, I just realized.
Yeah.
I do, which is weird, but oh well.
Yeah.
I mean, you did the story.
Yeah.
So you did
Yeah.
the 2 strikes.
Hey.
Um,
I wish that wasn't the case.
I wish they could just make new strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is Mars. This is the other half of Mars. That was where I'll go talk to Anna really quick so you can see her vendor stuff, and then I'll want to switch back over.
But yeah, going back to like how it's locked off is not only like it doesn't matter what activity you do. Like it doesn't give rewards based on the difficulty of the activity. It does it based on what your current level is, which doesn't feel great. Like there's no reward for doing challenging things.
Right.
But also like I know they wanted to make it so like you had to put in a lot of time to hit level cap now. But it doesn't feel good where like I have put in more time into this DLC than most people on my friends list, if not all of them, and I'm one of the lowest level people on my friends list because of random drops.
Huh.
And there is nothing I can do.
Right, like
Look at how much glimmer you have.
Yeah, that's the cap.
Oh, that is? I didn't know that.
So I was talking about this last night. Actually, the way Diablo does it, I think, is really a really good way to do it. Where
Hawaii Princess.
you can run. That's Jake.
I know.
Where you can run rifts or greater rifts and get blood shards, and then you can then use those blood shards to get a random item in a slot you want. So like you could just dump them all. Say I want boots, I want boots, I want boots, and you might get a set item, and like that'll still be relevant too to your level. So like that's a really good way to start fill out those slots. It's just there's nothing like that. The closest thing I can think of is Xur, when he comes on Friday, has one exotic engram a week, and I think it only drops at 345, but
Yeah, it does.
you can get an item that you're missing, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So let me go back to my other character.
Jake asks, is Cade 6 back?
Oh, he's back.
I told him Cade 6 is always here,
Actually,
baby.
He doesn't do a
he's not.
single
Yeah,
thing.
he's not in this DLC actually. I mean, he's still in the game, but
And then he followed up with For the Puppies XD. I said, espressos, gone. For the Puppies. Just making fun of some classic Destiny 2
Marketing.
marketing.
So here I'll go to my character. So this is the Darcy, and then you can see it's got like a gold border around it, as opposed to these other ones. They don't. So it's masterworked. It tracks my kills down here, but also is getting
That's a lot of kills.
a bonus to it's getting a bonus to stability, stuff like that. But yeah, so like I had to go through and like get a bunch of headshots or whatever, and that's how I ended up getting the gun.
Jake goes, who's on the far left of the couch? Hey, Pete.
Hey,
That's Pete.
Hey,
he's a good guy.
I'm Pete.
He's been here.
Hey,
when
speaking
Jake,
of
he's been here definitely when you've been watching before.
speaking
so
of,
you should be
speaking of
ashamed.
Pete, next episode, which is next week, is going to be Pete's last episode, I think.
It's true.
And we're doing a Pete Perry spectacular.
Yeah.
Pete Perry's spectacular.
We're gonna be playing.
Fireworks. There's gonna be.
I don't know what.
Movie stars.
Honestly, it's dealer's choice. It's whatever you want to
Yeah,
play.
Pete, do you have anything in mind, or do you want to keep your cards as close as possible?
As of right now, I'm thinking Arma 3 and Rising Storm 2.
Hell
Oh,
yeah!
man.
I'm very
Just
down.
like
You need,
intense
if we're playing
someday.
Rising Storm 2, you need to turn off text chat and voice
Oh,
chat
yeah,
because
I'm
me
well
and you have
aware.
played that game and it has gotten very racist.
It's been
Like,
racist since.
Hopefully not
like
for me,
Red
guys.
Alert 1.
No, dude, it's like where we have to be like, oh god,
Yeah.
like we gotta
I
like
feel
put
bad
the
for playing that
shit.
game a lot of the time.
Sometimes Siege gets like that.
Yeah, that's a big problem in the Milsim community. Is like there's just so much like racism.
And then
like,
when you call
toxic,
it out,
like-
they're just like, we're trying to be authentic. I'm like, even like the people fighting were
Yeah.
like racist. It's crazy.
Yeah, it bugs me a lot. But
Here,
But I'm excited for that, mostly because I love Rising Storm, and that
Yeah.
game's fun even when you're losing, just because it's just like, it's just a lot coming at you all at
absolutely.
once.
And I want to get used to try and play it too.
Oh man.
So they just
Better run
added this, right? Okay, so the Heroic Strikes playlist has modifiers now, and they rotate out daily. So the whole week will have the same burn, but there will be two other modifiers. So this one is really weird. So it's blackout, which means if I get hit by a melee attack from an enemy, I'll die. But they also brawler, which means my melee abilities deal more damage. I think that's across the board, though.
Yeah.
So I think enemy melee does even more.
no, I don't think
That
'cause
sounds awesome.
Black Eye is the enemy variant of it.
Oh, gotcha.
So I think it's just player melees are
Okay.
stronger.
So let me put something void on. I'm gonna try and run through one of
But
these.
yeah, this combination is very high risk. Maybe high reward.
High risk, 2 tokens in a blue.
high risk.
Don't get me
two-
started on this. There was
Look at all
a-
those masterworks,
There was a
baby.
secret code on the physical Valkyrie spears that they just cracked like 2 hours ago.
Oh yeah,
it?
so
It says
so
2 tokens in a blue.
to give you context of what Colby's talking about, there was a massive puzzle hidden in the game that was like completely like cryptic. Like you had to like go through and like figure out all this stuff. I don't even know how to like describe it. It was just crazy to you. I don't even know how people figure this shit out. But like they had to figure out, like they had to take like Tchaikovsky like arrangements and like find code in that. Like it was like weird. And then like
Very intense.
it ended up
Damn.
leading up to a geocache location, like some coordinates in upstate New York in the oh goodness, the Lake George like range.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
so
yeah.
like you had to go up to it's Sleeping Beauty Trail, which is like a 7-mile trail, and there was a full-scale replica of that
That staff
spear.
that you're throwing
Oh,
in the
really?
game.
And
Just
then-
like
Up
full
there?
metal
and,
big
yeah,
one.
and
Like
then,
a tube,
and
yeah.
that, which you could take, and then like whoever got there first got to keep, I think, and then a bin with these coins on them that had like that said like, or it was like a picture of the war mine and stuff. They were like these commemorative coins. They're all gone. There were only 100 of them. They ended up getting like taken away at like the last
By like the forest
yeah,
warden.
like the park ranger
They didn't
came
get a
and was like,
permit.
oh, you guys didn't get a permit to like put this here, but like most of them were gone anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the spears had codes on them, and there was one that Bungie had, right?
Yeah, so there was the one that was left in the geocache. There was the one that's at Vicarious Visions, the developers of this DLC.
Yep.
And then one... oh, no.
Jake wanted Meals to
one
stop
at
slouching.
Bungie. And they all had like 2 columns of like numbers and letters.
Huh.
And unless someone was just pulling a joke on the subreddit earlier, right before we went live, they finally figured out the code, which they've been trying to figure out for like a week now.
It can't be 2 tokens in a
Yeah,
blue.
it
That's
says
too
2 tokens in a
self-aware.
blue, which is a joke about
I'm
the
checking.
quality of rewards in the
I'm
last
checking.
DLC.
Yeah, it was
Where,
like,
you only got 2 rare
They
items.
said it was the
from-
most reward. They said it was the most rewarding public event that they'd ever done. And then at the end of like the video, like when they were playing it live on their like marketing stream, the guy got 2 tokens, which are like worthless, and a blue item, which is just a rare.
Andrew says, if I buy this game, will you play it? And he goes, keep in mind I own this. And I said, what game? And he said, Porno Studio Tycoon. Should we play Porno Studio Tycoon on the second to next
That's gonna be
episode?
have to be
That's gonna have to be
a
an
side
after
quest.
11
Home button. Late night.
button late night.
We've had a lot of
God.
variations of the home button, but never had home button late night. So I guess home button late night would just have been our 24-hour stream where we played until dawn.
I feel like home button late night would go too far,
Wait,
way too quickly.
Did I get a Mercury? Oh, God.
Yeah,
We're barely keeping the lid on right now.
this is one of the strikes from the old bad DLC.
So this is from the last DLC, and it's gonna actually be hard because it's gonna be a lot of void damage.
Home button Skinamax, here we come.
But yeah, so I have to watch out for void damage and melees, I guess. So I'm gonna not.
Yeah, just
gonna-
steer clear of
Sorry, I
everything.
got distracted by an accelerator email.
You're at work right now.
I'm always at work.
I have no idea how to play this game with a controller anymore, and I really am gonna need to know at this moment.
Get in there and shoot him with the right trigger,
What
and that's all.
shader is on your
Midnight Coup?
Coup?
It's the Crimson Doubles one.
Huh. I really like it. I might have to put that on mine.
I'm not gonna put it on mine.
You know what, Joey? Respond to that accelerator email.
This
I
guy's so
have to.
good.
It's not for me. I mean, it is.
Respond to it
It's,
anyway.
it's just our actors telling us we made a great movie.
Respond to it anyway.
Max saw the movie and he was like, "I'm actually amazed at how well
really?
it came out." Yeah, he
I
was
haven't
very
seen
he's
the
very
movie yet.
excited about it. Yeah, well, that's what Dave just emailed me about. He's saying, you know. Anyway,
Why is America not seeing this movie yet?
insider secrets.
Oh,
You
It's
don't
a real
know.
question.
You don't know. I'm not going to plug it here though, because this is a different.
so I have somebody I think that's trying to speed run this.
Follow Accelerator movie on
Wait, did somebody quit?
They might have.
Yeah, they did.
That guy's
okay.
AFK. I think
Greasy
the other guy's
too.
just gone.
I'm
Greasy
gonna
2,
jump back into
3.
one because people don't want to run this strike for some reason.
I mean, that guy was pretty greasy. It was right in
That
there.
guy was a greasy strangler.
I think it's people trying to get away from the infinite forest if they can.
Yeah. Well, also on Void Singe, it's harder than it needs to be.
Because the Vex do void damage, most of them.
Ooh, Homebone.
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 That's the after.
Homebone.
Ooh.
That's a pornographic game chat.
Yeah.
I still don't want to make this, but that's definitely the
I
name we have to go
I'm trying to
with.
see if I have any of the new stuff. Oh yeah, I got the
Cerberus.
Cerberus regime. It's old. It's from the first game, but
It is a very anime-looking gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That looks straight out of Gundam.
preview it.
I was just about to say, Gundam Wing could be like carrying this.
I'm imagining it like getting cut in half and then like glowing and then like a
Oh,
sword coming out
yeah.
from behind it. With
Do
like
you,
a-
do you ever go to Quarterstaff? Have you ever seen how many Gundam
oh, the
models?
huge painted ones in there.
Well, like they have just now a table of
I
boxes.
can't find a comfortable
It's
way
like,
to put this
and
on
I was
pad.
looking, I was like, what are the different qualities of these? And they're like, oh, well,
we
there's
go.
like real grade and like ultra real grade and stuff like that. And like, I was looking at them and I was like, this is insane. Like some of the pieces are like literally this big
Oh, yeah.
for those model kits. And I was like, I really want to get into this. Like,
yeah,
because it
Gundam
wasn't
models
that,
are wild.
it wasn't even that expensive. Like for like a real grade, which is like looks really nice, has
Yeah.
smaller pieces,
Yeah,
and
if
is
you
like
paint
super
it easy.
detailed. It was like $30.
Oh,
like
really?
I was
That's
like,
not bad at
oh,
all.
oh yeah. I was like, I mean, that's like a decent model. Like
Yeah, sure.
I said, like, how long would this take to make? He's like, it might take you like it's probably like a day project.
My Jcasts when we're gonna do the Dwarf Fortress stream.
I would love to.
I told him when it gets better than Kenshi.
Why don't we do a Kenshi Dwarf
Okay,
Fortress episode?
so on stream, I'm firing Joey.
Joey had me play Kenshi, and it
Oh.
wasn't
I
terrible.
can't. I don't know how to look.
It was terrible because I put you in the most difficult and most unforgiving start possible.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
like,
started him with like a party of 3 people surrounded by 200 cannibals.
Yeah.
That just immediately knock you out, imprison you, and put you on a post and eat you alive.
Yeah, it was not a good use of an hour when I was trying to like micromanage my way to safety and then failed miserably.
Probably not the best way to actually try and introduce
Yeah.
you to the game. I just wanted to see what would happen.
So this is one of the new strikes. This
Oh
is,
yeah, let's get back into Destiny.
No, it's fine. No, I honestly,
It's
love
the
their
last half hour of the show, so it always devolves into just anything we want to talk about while
I mean,
games
that's
are being
fine
played.
either way. It's like, because what is it? A lot happened this week too. Like we've got a bunch of E3 stuff leaking, Rage 2.
Do we want to do E3 predictions before E3?
Yeah, we'll do that after Pete's gone. I think we'll have time to.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Elder Scrolls 6,
Yes.
No.
Fallout 5,
No.
developed by Obsidian.
Yep.
No, it won't be Fallout 5.
I'm
It'll
kidding,
be
I'm
Fallout
kidding, I know, I'm
new. I don't know, New Bryston.
Follow new engine.
I remember when Obsidian posted their
Fallout New Brunswick.
when
I
Obsidian
can't aim with the
posted
controller.
when Obsidian posted the image, their first image teasing Pillars 2 Deadfire. It was like a picture of wheat. And everybody immediately was like, Fallout Louisiana. like everyone, like, not like, Ader from
okay.
Pillars of
Fallout, the entire
Eternity.
Midwest.
One of the reasons for that though is because I believe Pillars was like codenamed like Louisiana or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And because
but
it was American
I know.
territory, like area, so
I know,
everyone's
but
like Fallout.
the main companion in Pillars of Eternity has a
Fatal
giant
melee.
wheat thing that he chews on. So I was like, it's not. Like,
Dat melee.
how many stars, Pete? How many stars would you give Destiny out of 10?
1 or 2.
Oh yeah, 1 or 2.
You can.
I
Just
thought you were
say
saying
it.
1 or 2 stars. I was
Yeah.
like, damn.
They can hear you, Joey.
Oh, I'm typing to them. 1 or 2, guys. You can tell how often we interact with chat.
There's a real person watching our stream right now, guys.
Because I can hear.
God, keep someone watching.
Jake, 1 or 2? Destiny 1 or 2?
I'm assuming 2.
I forgot that you have to type to me. I don't have to type to you. I'm so used to being
You're
on
also
the
just
other
talking to the
side of
camera
the
at
Twitch
them,
stream.
not at the screen, kind of on the other way.
Joey's still using
Not just, like, at
AIM.
their
He's
text.
using a bootleg, somehow private server version of AIM.
Hurry up
Can we
and,
set up?
if you can hear, then type faster, damn it.
Can we set up
Joey's got
another
Ask
camera
Jeeves
feed
to
in the corner that is
Ask
just
chat.
the camera on the iPad looking at Joey in the future?
Your partner's talking to you. Infinite dat
Dat
melee.
Yes.
Wow, LOL. Can you guys see this? Or
Hold
wrong
on, I
channel?
gotta tell
Give me it. Give me it. Oh no. Type me.
I can see.
Wait, hold on. I can see it all.
He said Destiny
I
2. How
can
many
see.
stars
How
do you
many
give
stars for
Destiny 2?
D2?
As a non-player.
So yeah, someone who's not like played it really, like I haven't really got any hands on. It looks pretty similar to the first one, but I will say the uniforms are definitely like way cooler. Like all like the,
Oh, yeah, dude.
the
all the
clothing
outfits and shit
like,
are so
outfits
sick.
and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
if I
is,
could
like,
only show you
pretty
some of the stuff
sick.
you missed in D1.
It's true.
Yeah, but also the vanilla D1 stuff. I would say the vanilla D2 stuff looks better than the vanilla D1
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
Give us the
sure.
arbitrary number of stars, though, so Jake can be happy.
7. How about 7?
7 stars.
Sanju would like that.
Is it just Pete's rating that they wanted?
Yeah.
So I do want to talk about this strike. So this
Don't
is
give
one
it
of
any
those-
stars, though.
0 stars.
Okay, cool.
This
Jake,
is one
Jake
of
says
the.
you're wrong.
This is one of the story. Oh my God! You got murked.
They said if I were a Moby, if I were a Moby, I read MOBA Joey. If I were a MOBA, Anders says that I would be HOTS, which I agree with because I love Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo, and Overwatch.
You're just a Blizz shill.
I am a Blizz shill. I want to work for Blizzard.
I do want to talk about the strike a little bit because this is one of the new story strikes.
Go for
And
it.
as we were saying, they brought secrets back, and in the data mined info that people found with the new DLC, they found the exotic catalyst, which we talked about, for a gun called Black Spindle, which is a very popular exotic sniper rifle in Destiny 1. Spindle.
The reason it's super popular, by the way, is because if you land, it has 3 shots in the mag. If you land all 3 on a crit, it just reloads the gun.
Yeah.
It's like,
So if you're just popping headshots,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
for
like
raids-
you just keep
for raid
going.
bosses,
Oh,
you just
shit.
keep on hitting the head.
Oh, man,
and you
I
just
want
can
that.
shoot.
And so you can get the exotic
It was
catalyst for that
originally
in this?
It was originally legendary, but
It's
keep going.
listed. The thing with Black Spindle is that when it was added to Destiny 2, it was hidden inside of a story mission if you like went into a door that was only open during like certain days when it was like a featured mission.
What?
Yeah, you would like divert from what you were doing.
And it was like one of the coolest secrets they
That
added
was cool.
in
You went kind
Destiny
of
1.
slow-mo there.
So people are assuming it is one currently available somehow, and that they haven't figured out how. And this strike, Niels and I spent a lot of time looking around in. Feels to me at least like this would be where it would be hidden if it is currently available, and it's not time gated. So
That's cool. That's because I felt like with Destiny 2, like all of the items and all the weapons and everything were like data mined immediately, and like everybody knew what they were getting, and like it was just like guns and armor, and there were no like wows, like what's that, or like oh what's this like cool thing. So it's awesome that they're like adding that kind of stuff back in,
Yeah.
and especially stuff that takes effort to get, where you got to like figure out secret tricks or like
Yeah.
special like places to go. Like that's always super cool.
So just for because I want to kind of gush about war, or not war, but about Destiny.
Welcome to our new segment, Lore Gushers.
Oh, I don't want to put Gushers anywhere near a title that we put up.
We gotta get a transition for that. That's just biting into a gusher.
It's just a touchdown one. It's
pulls
just a
across the
touchdown one. It says Lore Gushers.
Lore Gushers.
So in Destiny 1, during the first expansion, you could get a legendary gun called the Black Hammer, which was the Black Spindle's original version.
Gotcha.
But it was the only it was so strong because the way it originally worked is it had that effect of reloading, but it pulled the ammo from. It didn't pull from your reserves. It just pulled from nowhere. So like you could just like keep firing forever as long as you were getting crits. So it was the first legendary in the game to be regarded so highly that they gave it an exotic update, like where they were like, this is our list of exotic like changes to all the guns, and they're like, and Black Hammer as an honorable mention, we're making it take from your reserves. But then they in that large expansion at the Taken King, they added it back as an exotic weapon called the Black Hammer.
Gotcha.
And had
Black
that
Spindle.
super secret thing to get. Yeah.
That's cool.
Or Black Spindle, yeah, sorry. And yeah, it was, and so like if it's in the game right now, I'm gonna lose it because that gun's friggin' awesome.
Does it look cool too?
Oh
It's aw-
yeah.
looks
That's
awesome.
the really. I'm gonna
It's
look
like
it up
it's a
real quick.
sniper rifle that has like the hive carapaces like
It's called Black
growing out of
Spindle.
it, kind of.
Yeah, Black Spindle. It's like shiny.
Yeah, it's really cool. A lot of good times with it in Destiny 1. Hope it's.
Oh.
I mean, the Catalyst was beta mined, so like it's going to be.
That
in
looks
the game.
sick. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
If you're at home, look it up. It's cool.
That does look really cool.
I want it back.
So
Okay,
yeah,
let
so
me
it's,
show you
it's
this
just
thing.
nice to have. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, right, dude. Like what?
Ooh, I'm
Is
gonna
it
get this game just to get that gun.
It's just nice to have, even
like
if it's
blending
not
in.
Sponsored by
currently,
Destiny 2.
even if it's not currently in the game. It's nice that we're finally like able to.
Somebody made a 3D printable one.
Jesus.
That's so cool.
It's nice to be looking for stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like-
awesome.
that-
Like
Yeah.
curiosity.
like this is the first time since Destiny 2 has come out where like people are like active on the subreddits. Like I think this is here. I think this is a thing.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'm-
really cool.
Like it's been so long.
Just the fact that like they didn't have any of that in Destiny 2 and Curse of
It was
Osiris
like-
is whack.
and especially
Like-
because it came off so tone deaf.
And this
because-
one wasn't even developed by Bungie, and it's chock full of secrets. So
Yeah.
it's like, what the hell is going on? Like,
Well, I think Vicarious Visions had a lot more time to like pivot
process, right?
because they were the second expansion,
Yeah.
or they had the second expansion. But the thing that made it seem so tone deaf to me is that it was one of the community's favorite
Things.
features.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
yeah, there's a separate subreddit specifically for
Just
finding
like
secrets.
raid secrets, yeah. Oh. And that, like, the fact that some of those things were hidden in raids too is like super cool. Because that's just like, not only is it you're already at like the top of the game, you just got shredded, dude.
respawn.
Oh,
Why he could have? It's definitely been 30 seconds.
Yeah, like
you don't want to know, Jake.
there's even
What did Jake say?
How does Pete feel about Rick and Morty? Like, I love Rick and Morty, and you know, I like Pickle
It's
Rick.
like not like
I'm kidding.
I like it.
I do like Rick and Morty, but like,
No show will
for-
ever,
I
no
feel like-
cartoons as good as Venture
I
Brothers.
feel like nobody
agree.
can separate the awful Rick and Morty community from like the
Yeah.
genuinely like actually good TV show.
I feel
Which
like
is
Rick and
whack.
Morty's one of those shows that's like folded in on itself so many times now.
It's so
You know what I
like
mean? Like it's become like
it's like I love
itself,
it, and
then,
it's like I feel
embraced it and,
shamed
like,
for liking Rick and Morty.
There's like such a
Like,
weird like aura around it right now.
I
Yeah.
brought
I
this
still like
up,
it though.
but if your fan base, or if somebody in your fan base goes to a McDonald's and jumps on the friggin' counter and starts screaming, "I want Szechuan sauce, I'm Pickle Reek," and stomping on the counter, I want you dead.
Let me tell you something. Let me counter that. If somebody from your fan base does anything like that, that individual needs psychiatric help.
Yeah.
I don't care about the show. Like, there's no reflection of the show on that individual or any of the stupid people that do
I know,
things.
but
it's just whack.
it
Like,
doesn't-
The community also like
It's there again.
embraced that, and it was like, yeah.
like, oh, McDonald's sucks. Like, I get it. Okay, I do get that because that was like
that was like
that was an
felt so
overwhelming
bad for
thing.
the poor,
Oh, we
like-
got another question.
What?
What is the home button's stance on the royal wedding? I don't care.
I love suits.
I love.
I like
-3
Meghan Markle.
stars.
My stance on the royal wedding is that the Onion always comes up with great articles about the royal wedding.
I'm gonna have to call my lawyer and see what my stance is. I'm not really talking about that right now. So
Meals, you gotta live, dude.
I think Meghan Markle's cool. I think having an American as princess is cool. Otherwise, I don't give a shit.
I saw a picture of her dad in like a
Hey,
coffee
dude, I
shop.
Oh, yeah,
McDonald's
reading
earlier.
the-
Yeah, he's got like a junky hoodie on, and he's reading like the picture book of like famous British things.
Yeah. He's.
Even like British people don't care about.
I know
the
we
royal
didn't
wedding.
want to get this far into the conversation. Her dad is not coming to the wedding, and it's like a huge scandal.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I do want to point
Wait,
out that I'm having
Is
trouble.
Sam's family following the royal wedding?
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe, but no.
I want to point out that I'm having a lot of trouble with this heroic strike. This is something that this playlist was not hard to get through before, and I'm actually very happy that these are tough. I'm just not happy that they don't drop good loot.
Yeah.
I think it's very fun that these are a good challenge.
Full disclosure sake, right before we went live, This Week at Bungie went up, and they said that at the end of the month, these strikes will start rewarding up to their level.
So they're basically just trying to slow you down.
I mean,
Kind
They're
of.
doing that as a
Yeah.
change, not as
Gotcha.
it was a timed change.
Oh,
But
okay,
like
I
it's
gotcha,
it's
gotcha,
coming
gotcha.
too late because by then everybody who wants
Yeah.
to be max level is going to be max level. So.
Well, unless you're trying to work on new characters too, that'll make it easier.
yeah.
I thought it was like, okay, everybody, now that it's been out for a month, we're gonna make it easier. Like,
The more characters you try and level, the easier it is to level each
oh,
following
because then you
character.
have stuff in your vault.
So,
and-
yeah.
Well, it's your weapons, like so you can just give your weapons and you're already
Right.
halfway there on gear. But
right,
you're,
right. I gotta level new characters too. I just don't want to do this.
if I wipe this one more time, I'm gonna back out. I do because I want to go to the tower and I want to show off some of the new stuff and.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like I'm glad they're listening. I'm glad they're making that change that we talked enough about to like demonstrate that it is a big deal to people like us. It
This
does
is
feel like
the hobbyist players.
Yeah, a different. It feels like a different developer would be able to act on that quicker than like 3 weeks, because it's a simple like stat change. But I don't know what goes into that.
I'll tell you what, Massive is able to do it.
Yep.
I played the Division on and off throughout its lifespan, and I think that Massive has it right. It's, they buffed a lot of exotics, and they actually feel exotic now.
Yeah, they feel really cool. I've been messing around with a
They
lot
do.
of them.
I gotta try out my Graviton Lance though, because that was the one they showed off a
In
lot.
PvP,
It's real good. I've been using I can't remember is it Vigilance Wing, the
Yeah.
5-shot? That's my favorite for PvP. Just
So the
'cause
reason that gun's
it's a
good
great
is because
gun.
they changed the way pulse rifles work.
Vigilance Wing.
Yeah. So that gun is actually it functions pretty much the same.
yeah. It
but-
just has a very, very fast time to kill.
Yeah. So like because they buffed all pulse rifles basically, that gun got a huge buff to it because it
Gotcha.
shoots 5 shots per burst.
Yeah. I just like that too, because it feels like I just get that little bit of advantage over somebody in a long distance fight where like they're taking 3 pop shots and I'm just spraying them from across the field.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, you're screwed.
Oh no.
Goodbye. You're dead.
Nice. Dude, I love Borat. He's so in right now.
Yes. Bring us back to the tower when you wipe, boy.
So there was a Ubisoft revealed some information about their lineup for the next fiscal year, and
Hide. Just get-
Rip, hide.
the reason I bring it up is because specifically about the Division, they said was coming by the end of this fiscal year, which would be or the Division 2, which would
It's coming
be
at the end of this
March.
year.
March
next year?
2019 would be the latest, which happens to be
I want
right
that
around
game.
right around when Anthem is coming out.
Which one's gonna be better? Now that,
BioWare
to be
doesn't have their
fair,
writers.
but Casey Hudson's the studio director now,
He is.
and I really like that guy. And he made a great blog post, saying we really fucked up. Now that I'm back, I hope everything's gonna be different.
We really fucked
we're-
up. Now that I'm back, it's gonna be better.
They
did we
fucked up.
end
Now
up-
that I'm back, it's gonna be better.
How did we end up back at BioWare, guys?
It always ends up there.
I was just going with games as a service. It's
No, but
logical, but-
games online continuous games, it got to Anthem. I still think Anthem's gonna be cool.
I do too.
I think Division 2 is gonna be awesome based on the way that Ubisoft has
Yeah.
been just taking themselves back lately. I still have to finish
Literally.
Far Cry 5.
They literally bought themselves back
Yeah.
from Vivendi.
No, I haven't finished yet. I'm
Oh
still,
man,
I'm still
that was
on the last
scary. I
third.
really didn't want them to get. acquired.
Yeah.
That was Hostile.
Yep.
With the way that they've like pulled back on all of their like hostile game development practices, they're just making quality Assassin's Creeds. The last Far Cry game was awesome. They're just like, the DLC for it like also sounds really cool, even though they haven't like unleashed any of it yet, but like, it seems like they're doing things right.
What?
And Massive especially seems like a company that will learn all of the stuff that they did on Division 1 and move it over to the Division 2, which is not what happened on Destiny. So we'll see. I think their engine is more tuned for that kind of constant feedback and stuff too.
Quick pivoting.
Which is super important.
There's
in a game
no
like
way I'm
this.
gonna finish
No.
this.
God, no.
Oh
Yeah, no, get
man,
it
I
out
feel
of
so.
here.
I don't want to leave these people.
F. Press F to pay respect.
Say, I'm streaming, gotta go.
I hope they don't say like "fuck you." I feel really.
They're gonna
bad.
say it.
Leave
They're gonna say
quick.
it. Get out of there quick before they can say it. All right, we're out.
my turds. Safe.
What about the Division movie? There's a Division movie?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, they are working on one.
yeah. Where's that Last of Us movie?
They're working on one.
Okay. Did you guys see
Where's
the
that Halo
Assassin's
movie?
Creed movie?
No, I haven't. I think
I
it's
haven't
still on
either.
Talk to Ridley
HBO.
Scott.
I haven't either, and I heard it's decent.
What was that? What was that?
Yeah.
It was Halo Nightfall, is what it was called.
Halo Nightfall was
That was Ridley Scott's
cool.
thing, right?
Yeah.
I heard it was terrible. I heard it was hot
Oh, wait, no.
shit.
It's pretty bad.
Are you thinking of the Reach thing that they did?
No, what was the lead up to Halo 4?
Halo Nightfall.
Yeah.
That was
No,
the
that
Ridley
didn't
Scott
have
thing.
Locke, did it?
Yeah.
No, oh, it did, yeah.
No, I'm thinking of the boot camp thing with the kid that grows up to be the captain of the ship in
Oh,
Halo 4.
oh, oh,
That one was sick. Because
yeah.
that did
Wasn't
what
it the
video game
Harvest?
properties
No.
should do.
Yeah.
Where they just explore the greater world, and then the main character, shows up for something, but they're
Right.
not like the main character, which is what
Halo's
happened in
cool.
that thing. When Master Chief shows up in that,
I think
Which-
that was literally just called Fall of Reach or something like that. Like,
no, because it wasn't Reach. It was something else. It was I don't know, or maybe it was Reach. I don't know. But the coolest thing about that, I just remembered, because when I watched
Frank
that
O'Connor
stuff,
being a janitor.
no, when I watched that stuff, I lived with a Halo lore buff, and in that time frame, Master Chief's like 16. So he's just this huge 16-year-old super soldier who shows up and saves the day at the end of this like movie thing, and I just like burst out laughing when I watched this whole action scene, and he's like, yo, by the way, in this year, dude's 16 years old. I'm just like, what is happening? Halo lore, when it gets to that point, when you like learn about the background of the Spartans, is like,
Yeah, the background is super weird.
yeah, it's very strange. Show us the gear.
There's a masterwork.
Okay. Let's see how many cores I get.
1 core.
I
Oh,
haven't,
2
I
cores.
haven't gotten 3 cores in forever. I don't know what that deal is.
I'm just sitting on so many cores right now.
So they
Jake says 92 times 0.03, and then Anders says 2.76.
okay, cool. So they added new.
Thanks, guys.
They added new rewards to go for different like game types. So for Crucible, which is the PvP, you can actually like kind of strive for some of the later game stuff. Like so.
I like that helmet ornament if you can show it off.
I will
Why
in
am I
just a moment.
turbo?
So like so they've got like armor you can work your way up to, but like then they've got if you've maxed out your Valor rank, which is your like your casual ranking, which you just get points for playing win or lose. If you max it out, which is just get to the highest rank, you get this emblem. But then if you reset prestige twice, you get this ghost here.
Oh,
It's really
what?
cool.
That's
That
pretty
looks real sick. I like that.
But yeah, so yeah, then you get ornaments for helmets and stuff.
That looks so cool.
But yeah, so then for ranked, they've got this situation where, it's the same thing. You can work up to stuff, but if you get to rank 3,
You know we got to get the button
what?
for the home button. Third weapon in.
Oh,
The
this?
The
Yeah.
button.
So it's orange too.
That's great.
But yeah, so if you get to glory rank 3, this is the thing that they've been touting. It's the Redrix's Claymore, which is like apparently like the best pulse in the game.
That looks really cool too.
There's
Yeah.
an ornament for it. too.
and there's an
Oh,
ornament
man.
here.
Oh man.
And I think that's if you get to the max rank, which is very
Yeah.
difficult. Especially on PC where it's super sweaty.
What's the weapon after that Wishbringer? What's that?
Yeah, I guess.
It looks basic.
But
Whatever.
this and these aren't exclusive to this season. I don't think this you can only get in season 3, and then it's
Oh,
gone.
so like
Yeah.
it's gone for. Ooh.
And
Yeah.
only if you do really well in the ranked mode.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah. But
know what
then,
we gotta do
but then
now,
also
boys.
just for people who do PvE only, who do strikes, you can work towards some cool cosmetics. So you can go up this tree here. There's all this stuff, but then at the end, if you hit rank 50, which
Oh,
isn't that
what?
crazy, you can get this ship.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 tokens. So I don't know how many strikes that is, but it's not crazy.
So-
I'm already at rank 12.
so they're giving you long-term rewards,
10.
which were not there in the game to begin with.
So I'm going to throw out a theory here for a second, just while I thought of it. So last season, you could get Ikora's Resolve, which was a variant of the Destiny 1 default ship.
Yes.
As an exotic.
So next season's Cade's ship.
Yeah, so season 2, you
Oh,
get
you hear that, Jake?
Zavala's.
You hear that, Jake? Next season is Cade 6's ship. So I had to make him very excited.
I mean,
it's
he-
probably going to be themed
He
puppy
can hear you.
I'm not
You don't have
typing
to talk.
this. I'm not typing
You don't
this.
have to talk into the screen though.
Jake. Jake. Oh wait.
Hold on, can
Jake.
I don't know if I have it on me. The
He goes,
sword.
LOL, Cade 6.
Okay.
Puppies, am I right?
So one of the secrets that in this was these collectibles that you can shoot out in an area. They're like little targets, and then if you get 35 out of the 45 of them, you get it's in here. You get this sword. It's freaking awesome.
What? That is so cool
Which
looking.
when you do your special attack with it while you're sprinting, or when you attack with it while you're sprinting, it you teleport to people and slice them.
Yeah, and
Get-
do, and
get
do
it
like a
outta
spin
here.
attack.
And then here's the ornament for it, which I have.
What is happening? Why don't I have that?
what else
I
is
have
there?
2 of those hidden
was
things, and
the-
there's
It's
45
Ceras,
of
which I
them.
have.
So
and
is there
then
anything for getting all
the
of them?
sleeper simulant? It's
it's
a
a
sparrow.
sparrow.
I have it.
Oh, okay, I got
it's
you.
an
Not the one that I
instant
currently
summon
had
sparrow.
on, but it's
Right, it's the more rusty one.
Yeah.
Right.
No. It's like a brand new version of that rusty one that I
Oh,
have.
that's really cool.
But yeah, then there's this sleeper simulant. This was in the first game. It shoots a big laser beam and it does a lot of damage. Just trying to think of what. Whoa, excuse me. And I'll actually just
Boogie
quickly
Man's
go
here.
through some of these ornaments. So they have a lot of cool cosmetics, but I think my favorite thing they've done is they've put some of these cosmetics in areas you can grind for them instead of having to hope you get them out of here. But I just kind of want to go through some of these ships because like this thing. Is Buckwhite. I mean, these
That
are
looks so
loading
cool.
screens.
When are they bringing back faction rallies? I feel like I only did that
March
one.
29th.
Wait, did they only have that one that I participated in, or did they
They
have more
did
after that?
2 on PC, I think.
Gotcha.
Um,
Like 2 total?
So this is
Yeah.
the armor set. This is the minion
There's
armor set.
3
You
on
wanna see?
console.
That is so cool.
There's the minion helmet.
Maybe there was 3. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking just season 1. They've done a bunch of faction rallies now,
Oh,
but
okay.
But then,
Oh,
so
man.
these are the ornaments for some of the guns that exist, or well, all the guns that.
Wait, is that a new Vigilance Wing ornament?
Yeah. So this is hilarious.
Finally! Oh,
It
that looks so
It
cool.
looks great, but look at the quality of this texture.
Yeah, it looks real bad, but it looks so much better than the dumb undead one that I have now.
yeah, the Book
like
of the
that
Dead
I
one.
don't like it at all. Just compared to my character's armor, it doesn't fit at all.
They have this one, which looks meh. It's fine.
Oh, dude, Anders has that rusty ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
They have this one, which is for a new gun, which I haven't gotten yet. It's a new SMG.
That's so cool.
I don't
What
actually
the
know.
hell,
Actually, know
dude?
the
I
def-
have that ornament, don't have the gun.
So I have this ornament. I don't have the gun. This gun nobody has yet. It's part of a quest line. It's the gun that Anna had. And
Oh, Destiny.
Wow.
yeah.
Don't do this to me. Your
Yeah.
guns are too cool.
Yeah, and then I also got this one,
What the hell?
and then I
Which is a
also,
really cool, but it's a bad
it's
piece
a
of
bad
armor.
piece of armor, which they're retooling armor soon. They've got some stuff coming
They
down
are.
the
Why?
pipeline.
Yeah, I am.
Crown
actually, yeah,
jewels.
they're reworking exotic armor in 2 weeks. I'm wondering.
Did you see if you put watermelon, the watermelon shader on this?
It's reversed.
Yeah, it's reversed.
Yeah,
So the
it doesn't
pink's on
work.
the outside and the green's on the inside.
I kind of have a theory that the armor that was released with this DLC is slightly underpowered because they're planning on reworking it.
I have that one. I
Um,
hate it. It's the BDSM shell.
The
I don't know.
blaster.
It's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that shell. Was like, This is like the weird, sexy torture shell.
But yeah, so yeah,
Sure,
they did that.
please,
They did, I
sparrows.
guess the emotes are always fun to look at. They got the curtain call.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Fireworks, which I've been
I
seeing people.
don't like fire. I have it. I don't like it.
Home run, which I love.
When are they gonna start putting Fortnite dances in?
Yeah, start submitting them like everyone.
I want to see the orange kid in Destiny.
This is the best one that they've added for sure. It's just
Oh, this one's in Fortnite.
is it?
Yeah, it is. Except they just pick popcorn and throw it at their
Oh,
face.
gotcha. But yeah, no. So like, yeah, a lot of new stuff. A lot of stuff people are still hunting for. I don't know.
Sorry, I just looked down and it was immediately when you went.
That's what they do in the freaking Fortnite dance. Like. But yeah, no. I think a lot of good changes. One thing I want to bring up that I hate, and Bungie changed this, or I'll be upset.
We know you're
Stop
watching.
reskinning raid armor. They just took.
Listen,
You can show
Listen.
it off. You go to Benedict.
cut it out.
This shit. Stop it.
Stop it.
But yeah, no. So that's Destiny 2.
Give me.
Warmind. I'm gonna give it to Joey, and I'll let you guys close out the show. You got 5 minutes left. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you for watching as always.
Destiny 2. Hold on. Don't close it for yet.
I'm not.
Oh, you're putting your closing
We're not
voice
doing.
on.
Don't do another digital zoom this time. I'm gonna go crazy.
You're not doing a watch our show.
No.
Oh, please.
No more watch our show this time.
You need a new catchphrase.
I know I do.
One that doesn't require a zoom.
Touchdown, baby!
Not yet. Now they're gonna know it's coming.
No, they're not, because I'm gonna say something completely different. Andrew said, "I feel like you're talking to Nate right now."
I have a control.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you take this.
Just want to show off.
That guy's flexing at us. Whoa! Touchdown!
Oh, it was touchdown after all. So you
Goalie,
double
buzz me.
lied.
What?
Buzz me.
Buzzer
Thanks, dude.
Rotendo.
I don't know what the fuck that
He
was.
gets it. It's Eric Andre.
Oh. Yeah.
We've got 4 more minutes, so we're just gonna hang out a little bit. Like we were talking about, next week is gonna be Pete's last episode, so we're gonna be doing some military simulator specialty stuff. We're gonna do some Arma 3. Are we gonna do any just hop into scenarios and stuff? Just kinda
That's what
fun
I'm trying to
around.
decide right now is what I want to do, because Arma 3 is just like such a big game.
You have
There's so
to
much
design
can
a
do.
custom scenario for
That's what
us.
I'm planning on doing.
Awesome.
Because I just got this thing called Hetman, and it's like an AI for command structures.
Oh my God.
So what you can do is just like go
Pete,
into
if
the
you
scenario
design
there.
us a special scenario to go through, I'm
I'm literally
gonna
gonna do it like live. It'll take like 5 minutes.
That's awesome.
You just like drop in 2 different teams, and
Oh
you
my
drop
God.
in like some stuff for each of the units in each team, and the AI takes over and makes 2 commanders that fight against each other, and
Oh,
then
this is
send
gonna be
you
good.
to go fight for them.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. That looks really cool. So we're gonna be doing that military simulation episode, and then 2 weeks after that, what's today's date? Somebody hit me with the date.
Today's the 17th.
Today is the 17th, so next week on the 24th, we're gonna be doing our military simulation episode. That's gonna be happening at 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/homebuttontv. And then 2 weeks after that, we're gonna be coming back. Pete's gonna be gone, but we're gonna have an android that looks exactly like him, and you're never gonna
true.
tell the difference.
Sir.
That
lofty
episode,
goals.
that episode is gonna
We
be
have to deliver on that now.
on June 7th.
Well, you have to deliver
If we
that.
make
Yeah, I
any
know.
changes to our schedule or anything, follow us on Twitter at HomeButtonTV. You can always, if we're making any changes to the way that the show's going to air or anything like that, you can see them there most of the time, that kind of thing. So military sims, Pete's gone. And then after that, we're probably going to play, I want to play Kenshi, because I love that game. I think if we do a rock bottom start where we just all make a character together, and then I just try and make it in the world based on you guys' direction, that'll be the best thing. It's an open world survival sandbox game. It's one of the best ones I've ever played, but it's super hard and really weird, but it's really cool. I also want to play BattleTech. We've got a bunch of other games that we can play, but we'll figure it out for you, so don't worry about it. Thanks for watching. Oh, we have one more before a minute and a half. We got a game request. Oh, but it's lagged, so I don't think it's going to get to us in time. So we'll just follow up next time. Twitch, HomeButton TV, YouTube, HomeButton TV. Watch us on Channel 15 in Burlington. I don't have a schedule in front of me, but you can find us at vermontcam.org. Go to the TV schedule. It is my job to schedule it, but I schedule 55 TV shows every week.
This is the one you're on.
I know, and it's so hard to know the times. Anyway,
The people, they need this information.
we are not going to play Borderlands, as is requested in the chat currently, unless Borderlands 3 comes out, or Rage 2, whichever one comes out sooner, because they both look exactly the same. I'm all right with it. That's our show. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Join us live.
New catchphrase.
We're going to have a new catchphrase, and it's coming here for you right now. You know what it is? Touchdown, baby.